Riding in a train with your backpack on your back is a big no-no. But hey, guess what? Riding on a train with a backpack in front of you is also a big no-no. Okay, so what are you supposed to do with that backpack? Hey everyone, welcome back to another kind of episode. We're the host. My name's MJ.
My name's Adam.
And welcome back to another place for you to safely immerse yourself into the English language by hanging out with your two friends, me and Adam. And hey, understand some new vocabulary, understand some nuances and the feeling of English, because me and Adam, we're not just text in your textbook speaking English. We're real people, and English is a real living thing, kind of. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about what you should do with your backpack when you are riding on a packed train. Now, packed trains, yes, they are all over the world, but where I'm from in America and where Adam is from in Canada, trains are not used as much as they are in the big cities in Japan. So the times where we would be in a train that is packed, filled with people, most of the time, of course, is in Japan. There's a lot of crazy things that we've discovered while we were riding on those trains. And one of the things was how packed, how many people ride the train when it's rush hour and you get on that main densha.
Yeah.
You're packed like sardines in there. And sometimes you have a backpack on because you're bringing stuff. It's just natural. You're going to a business, you're going to a friend's house. Maybe you have a backpack filled with things and you're then thinking, what should I do with this backpack? There is a Soda News 24 article, everyone, that caught my eye. There's a headline right here in this article, and it starts off, people wearing their backpacks on their back and people holding their backpacks in front of them are ranked high on the list of train riders' annoyances. When asked for the most annoying specific behavior in this category, the top answer was people wearing their bags on their backs. If you're not supposed to wear it on your back, Adam, where do you think you should put it?
For me, I understood the frustration. So of course, it disturbs them, but it also disturbs me if every time I'm standing with my backpack on my back, someone's pushing by me and I'm going like this, like getting pushed out of the way.
You're like a turnstile.
I'm like a turnstile, yeah. What I started doing, I took my backpack off, put it on my front. So it's not a backpack, it's a front pack.
Oh, whoa, hey.
Whoa, hey. The idea of that, because it's in front of you, your head is like taking up space this way.
Okay.
So there's space under your chin to hold the backpack closer to you.
For me, I kind of see it as like, it's in this personal space of yours. Your back, yes, is a little like personal, but that's the place usually where people will slide by you. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And usually if you're going to squeeze by somebody who's there, like their back is there. So usually go back to back, right?
Yeah.
Your front end, you kind of protect more. So you have more space there. This is more personal. So putting your backpack in front of you, because it's already a personal space and it's just taking up that space. It's becoming a protection shield for yourself, as well as it's given space for your back so people can get through.
And that's one big thing I felt too. And it gives me, like you said, personal space, but also I felt like it's kind of a little protection from accidental chikan.
Exactly.
Sense.
Yeah.
Like I could hold my backpack and there's no mistake where my hands are.
My hands right.
It's right here. So I felt more comfortable actually holding it on my front.
And I, as well as like, it's just safety of like somebody stealing stuff. You know, me and Adam were not originally from Japan, so we've understood that, you know, growing up, people teach us you got to be careful with your stuff. If you're traveling or even wherever you are, like having anything just on your back, like anybody could just grab that. No problem. Open up the bag and, you know, sneak something out. You don't know, especially on a packed train. A lot of people are moving around. It's difficult to tell. So the safest place for your stuff is, in front of you.
In front of you. Yeah.
Makes sense. But in this survey, it doesn't make sense. I don't think so. Let's read into it a little more. Okay.
All right.
Chosen as the 5th most annoying behavior in the baggage-related category was people holding their bags in front of themselves. The survey didn't dive into the specific problems with someone holding their bag in front of them, But there are some common complaints about the practice that shows up on social media. One involves people holding their bag in front of themselves and using the top bag as a perch for their smartphone, which in turn causes them to stick their elbows out at a wider angle.
Okay.
I mean,
Smartphone
this,
phenomena.
I mean, if you think about it, this just happens because of the invention or the use of the smartphone. It continues. Others are bothered by how the extra protrusion in front of the person means that their bag might now be only centimeters away from the face of someone sitting on the bench seat in front of them.
I get that too. I understand that. Yeah.
Better than your crotch in your someone's face.
Maybe someone likes that.
Okay. So what are you supposed to do? The only other option is to hold your bag in your hands or put it in an overhead luggage rack.
Well, okay.
Both are often easier said than done.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Thank you. The article laid those things out because those 2 points are 2 points that I was just going to say.
Just holding, like just from
Just
the top
holding
handle,
it.
just holding it.
I never ever want to use both hands on a crowded train to hold my bag only.
You got to have one hand up on the handrail.
You gotta hold
You got to
that
hold
handrail.
something,
That's gonna help you from falling and
or else
knocking
you're just a
over
tree.
everybody else. And anytime the train moves back or forth or front or back, left to right, you're going to be moving with that train.
Yes.
And if there are more people who are holding on to their bags in the same manner as you just become dominoes. So that's not good. That's very dangerous.
And then the other option was to then put that
Put it in
bag
the luggage rack,
in the overhead luggage rack.
which is also good. However,
Those are usually open too.
they're always open. Like the most I've ever seen is maybe some salaryman's office workers, office
Oh
employees
yeah, English.
bag up there, his briefcase, or newspapers that people just left there. Definitely for me, it would be a place where I'd end up forgetting my bag up there. Getting off and on a crowded train is a struggle in itself. And having to, for example, if you put it up on the luggage rack and all of a sudden you're being shifted down because people are moving in more onto the train, then you have to worry about reaching for your bag. For me, it was always cameras, so my bag is like heavier.
Yep.
I have the chance of dropping it or it swings and hits somebody in the face.
Yep. You
Dangerous.
definitely need two hands
I need two
to
hands
safely take it down.
safely and slowly, at the same time moving forward on the train to get to the door. Not happening.
Nope.
Not happening.
Both options has a higher chance of you falling over.
So I have one more solution, but let's continue.
So they ask the train staff operators themselves what they say about the situation.
Yeah.
And Tokyo Metro says, Tokyo Metro does not prohibit passengers from holding their belongings in their own individual way. You can put it on your head. If you're good at balancing, just boop. While riding in the Tokyo Metro, we ask that you show consideration to the other passengers around you. That's it. Though Japan Rail Company, which is not a part of the Japan Private Railway Association, who did this survey, they had response too regarding the use of backpacks during crowded times. Backpacks worn on the back coming into contact with other passengers has been a source of trouble. Since we have received many comments from customers on this subject, we have in-car announcements asking that passengers refrain from wearing their backpacks this way during crowded times. As a company, it continues, we ask for passengers' cooperation in holding or placing their belongings, including backpacks, on the overhead racks, at their feet, on their knees if they're sitting, so as not to bother other passengers.
Okay.
Ultimately, it seems like there is no exact answer for this situation, or there is, but there's always a give and take. There's plus, minus, pros and cons to all of these ways to hold your bag. And I would say for me, if I have a chance to put it up on a luggage rack, I will definitely do so. And I just have to be careful that the train's not moving, or if I'm going to get off at the train at whatever station that's coming up, I make sure that I am completely stopped. And then I kind of have to rush. It is a bit of a panic situation because you want to get off the train.
Right.
Because like you, if I have a backpack, I have a lot of stuff in there. It's gonna be heavy. So I want to be extra careful. When I'm putting it up, I don't bump
Mhm.
into anybody. When I'm
Right.
taking it down, I don't bump it into anybody or drop it. That'd be the worst case scenario because it's heavy. When I'm on the train for especially a long time, like more than 20 minutes, holding it on my back is the worst. Holding it in front of you also can be a bit of a strain. I'd like to I in the past, there's a few times where I do remember putting it down between my feet. The thing there is that now I have a bit of a wider stance when my legs are
True,
further
true.
apart,
Yeah.
and I've noticed sometimes some people are like, it's harder to walk around this person, this long-haired person, because their bag's on the ground, and I cannot quickly move out of the way so much.
Right.
I
Yeah.
keep my feet down there to protect my stuff as well as moving it over, like, even just a little bit is a little bit troublesome. So, I would go to, yeah, I'm just gonna put it on my shoulders, hold it in front of me like a baby. If
Mm,
I could put it up, I do. But there's a phrase, everyone. You can't make everyone happy.
that's true.
And
Yeah.
it's just true. It's
It
like
is. Yeah.
no matter what you do, no matter how far you go and how considerate you are, there is always something that might fall into the negative eyes of someone the way that you're doing this thing.
That's how it is.
Let us know what you think about this conversation, this topic. What do you do with your backpack if you're on a train, or any big luggage or bag that you have with you on a train? Where do you put it? Let us know in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more English immersion.
We'll see you on the
Next
next step.